with my mother, with my 2 dogs. I have a degree in AT. Then, no idea, I work with distance education with a platform called Moodle. Then I have experience experts also with customer service in several enterprise. Then I have been studying English for more 8 years. And then this is thank you.
All right. Thank you, Marília. And you, Jessé? Hello.
Well, hello, good evening. My name is Jessé. I live in south of Brazil, in a city called Novo Hamburgo. I live with my wife. I don't have pets, I don't have kids, and I work as a data analyst. And in my free time, I like to read, watch movie series.
Okay. Thank you. Well, my name is...
Cleiton, sorry, pode falar.
Go
Sorry,
on.
sorry.
Say.
No, because I read the occasions in planner. Then I read another questions.
Oh, I don't
First,
know. I don't know what happened with our planner. I'm sorry,
yes.
but what was the questions there?
Stop a moment. As Immers English. This is. Vou já.
Maybe it
This.
doesn't.
I think it's about celebrities and
Okay.
sharing something in the social media.
For some reason, it didn't update
Okay.
some days ago. Sorry,
No
guys.
problems.
I didn't see that. Do you mind to us to talk about these ones that I put on the chat, Marília?
So, yes. So for a moment.
Is it okay for you to us discuss about these questions?
Yes. This is new questions
Yes, the ones that I put.
about eu coloco. Sorry.
These ones that I put on the chat.
Sorry. Peraí. I'm sorry. Okay. I put on the chat. Okay. Because I can, because I study of questions.
Okay.
Then I read of my questions.
Yeah.
Can I
understood.
can I read my questions?
No, just a moment. She said, do you mind if we talk about this topic that
No.
was on Planner? Because for some
No.
reason, I don't know why it didn't update it on Planner, but it's okay um, to talk about these questions.
Yeah.
For me.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. So let's start to talk about this topic, which is social media, celebrities, influencers, how they influence our lives, especially in terms of what we consume and how much do we allow them to influence our lives. So we can start the first question, Marília. Read and answer for us, please.
What do you think about the rise of social media influencers and celebrations endorsing products and services. Then, in my opinion, I think there are celebrities who do a good job, and there are celebrations who do a bad job. Example, uh, there are celebrations who endorse products, make advancements for mark, and who do it the form towards other people who do this in the wrong form. Sometimes even in misleads the consumer. This is.
Okay. What about you, Jesse? What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think the same thing about Marilia, because in some cases is good, because we yeah, you need to have a be careful, because sometimes the people only want to sell something for you, but in some cases you need to listen what they are talking about the product or service, because they try it and they like it or don't like it. So you need to choose who you are listening or who you are following, you know.
Okay, well, in my case, I'm going to separate time a little bit later to talk about a specific move that influenced me about this topic, so much about this topic. But starting this discussion, I think the big problem is when you uh, the conflict of interests. For example, you don't have sure if these people are truly believers of what they are selling, and it doesn't matter if it is a product or a service. So it is hard to trust 100% if it is reliable or not person. And for example, when you open a post on their Instagram, um, making some ad about a specific product or service, it is easily to see only positive comments on this post on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, whatever, YouTube, because we live in little bubbles. So when you live in these bubbles, the followers of these influencers, of course, they like these persons, these people, and it's hard to truly believe 100% if they are saying the truth or not about what they are endorsing. So the big problem for me is this conflict of interest, and if they are um, really care about you in terms of what they are selling. And there are a lot of examples that they are just saying things because they are being paid. And gambling is a good example of this. There are a lot of people talking about gambling, saying positive things. You can earn money easily. And there are a lot of influencers on social media talking about casinos, gamblings, websites, and they sell a positive way with for something that, in my opinion, is really bad for population in general.
Mhm.
That's my opinion. Um, Next question, Jesse, could you read the answer for us, please?
Yes. Number 3. How do you perceive the role of celebrities in shaping public opinion today? Well, I think it's not good, but sorry for this word, but I think the people are ignorant, because the most of people don't know how to search and follow the right people because they what do you say they live in a bubble and listening only these people uh, for all the life, so I think if you can search a little, if you can read something different every day and listening different perspectives of life, you can find the right people to follow, and this is good because you can listening different points of view, and you can find your right of point of view, so I think if you like to search and read, you can you can have you can take a knowledge, but if you don't like, if you live in a bubble, if you only listening the same people every day, man, this is terrible.
Yes.
Okay. And you, Marília?
I perceive the role of celebration in shaping public opinion today is very important because the celebrate uh, they are they are very important in opinion public because the people live in bolhas, né? Then 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 to go R RC RC something uh, something think for them uh, them is very is very important because opinion public is is one formation uh, information more bigger in the people is us you to 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 make one one brand in every people. I believe this is
Okay. Uh, well, I agree with you both. The biggest problem, like I said before, is these bubbles that we're living. And from this perspective, the way public opinion are influenced uh, is much more easier than before. Because before that, we had just only TV, newspapers, some shows. Internet was not a big thing to influence people, actually, before social medias came out. So basically, we were more influenced by um, what was showing to us on TV. But today, everyone can build an audience, and um, over this audience, you can influence them to make movements, to think, um, I don't know, political or um, about anything. You can you can shape their audience about what you think about word in general, and you can influence these people, for example, to how to their audience should vote, for example. This is very clear, especially on social medias like Twitter, which they are which is very polarized, and this is a problem because we only see what we want to see, and when we see something that we disagree and you don't want it to see anymore, you just press the button and says to social media that you didn't like that content and you don't want to see that anymore. And the consequence of this is the public opinion are just fighting uh, to each other instead of actually discussing or trying to understand the different points of view, and uh, therefore to build your own opinion about anything. And of course, when you are speaking in terms of selling products and services, this came out too, because every niche of audience has specific products that are easily sailed for this audience. And these people, which are larger influencers, can shape the kind of the ads you see. It's crazy, but basically you understand the patterns on your audience, and you just show content that this audience will like forever, and show up products and services to sell for these people, and you are shaping um, sometimes millions of people in this way. So it's crazy when you don't think more deeply about these things. You are easily dismissed, deceived. So yeah, public opinion. It's hard to think about public opinion because it's a very broad term. In my view, public opinion is there are a lot of public opinions, but in smaller groups than before, because of these big audiences that are built on behalf of these bigger influencers. So yeah, that's it.
I, I,
Complex.
yes, I believe this is about uh, story of life. Hmm? Story of
Also,
life. Nah?
also,
Then also,
I mean, uh, could you give us an example of this? What you are trying to say?
example.
Yeah.
I speak example in my life when I I work with politics. Then this is to make very difficult for me because I don't believe, no, I don't be, né? I don't uh, to make another works uh, different of the my opinion. Then work with politics is very difficult for me because my opinion is very strong. Then sometimes I I speak another people, then I I s- I go speak with another people, then I I make confusion in my relationship with another people. Understand?
Okay. Basically, uh, we are you are in conflict with people
Yes,
who you disagree politically. Yeah.
yes, yes. Then I I no idea. I have stay longe, longe the the place of politic.
You stay away from people, from these people.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
And you just say, do you try to stay away from people you this
I'm
you
sorry.
disagree with?
I don't discuss about this topic and uh, soccer or religious because for me is a eternal discussion, you know.
Yes,
So
yes.
you talk a lot and the people not agree with you because it's like I think each people has your point of view. So for me is that I believe and I I don't like to talk about this topic.
A short story about this is in my case, uh, I try to listen to many podcasts, and I like the kind of podcasts which are conflicting different point of views. For example, Inteligência Limitada. This podcast has a lot of this kind of episodes. For example, the host brings a person who is vegan and other person who is carnist. You know, just only just uh, eat meat, and they try to establish this discussion between two completely different ways of living and thinking. And I like this kind of discussion. And it helps me to reflect about what I believe and to understand a little bit more the other side. Sometimes I take sides, sometimes I can't to have a conclusion about some topics. For example, religion is something that for me I don't have a conclusion about whether I believe or not in God, for example. Um, I couldn't I couldn't yet to have a conclusion about this. And this happens a little bit with politics too, although I have some more um, I don't know if principle is the right word, but things that I believe that work better compared to other the other side, the other spectrum, I don't know. But it's interesting to try to listen to these podcasts which they bring different people to discuss about these polemic topics. This is something I would recommend for everyone. And the big problem is the lack of space to have these discussions properly. For example, if you are just answering people on social media like Twitter, Instagram, it's impossible to have a proper discussion there because you have a limited time space to bring your idea to develop this idea, and many times you don't have a feedback about what you said, and maybe these aren't the best place to have this kind of discussions, more complex discussions. This is a problem from social media, in my opinion. This
The,
lack of proper space
the
to
problem
this
about this
discussion.
topic the problem about this topic, in my opinion, Clinton, is the most of conversation is only about your opinion, because the people don't like to bring data, you know. Only talk about, oh, my opinion is that because I believe in that. No, but the
Okay.
data is here, the history is here. You need to understand the history, you need to understand the data, you know. And in my case, I disagree with all people, because they only uh, talk about your opinion, or what they believe, you know.
Mhm. Yes. I believe. In my opinion, in my opinion.
Yeah, you just as a guy who works with data, I think this is more critic for you than for anyone who doesn't work with data. This lack of argumentation using data is a problem that we have. I don't know if it's a worldwide thing, but here in Brazil, this is a big problem in any kind of discussion in these more polemic topics. I agree with you.
Mhm.
And other problem that I see with this discussion is um, they commit a lot of ad hominems, which will attack the person and not the argument. This happens a lot here. So you started to point to the failures of the person to attribute this credibility to this person instead of discussing the argument itself. So this happens a lot in politics, worldwide, USA, Brazil, I don't know Europe, but these two places, this happens all the time. And yeah, unfortunately, we just get delayed more the problems that we really need to discuss. Uh, a,
Mhm.
a, a very simple example of this, some weeks ago, I brought a topic. The Sunday that we had the municipality elections, I brought a theme about this election, basically asking people, what do you think they are the biggest problems of your city, and what ideas could you add for this discussion? And it was a nice immersion. We could see that many cities has the same problems, and the same problems basically are reverberating into our country, but we don't discuss these things. We just are attacking one side to another instead of tackle the problem itself. Well, continuing our questions,
For
Maria,
question four. What
question
for
4,
for
go.
what are your thoughts on celebrate activisms and its impact on society? I I read my asks. I believe that impact on society is very strong because the society start to think like them. There is a change very big in the life of people. Uh, what I speak speak another last time, lah? Last time is my opinion. Is very strong because it's also start to think like them. Yeah, is very problem.
Yeah, I think we uh we talked a lot about this indirectly. We already answered this question. I think number 5 is more insightful for the moment, and has more new ideas to cover this topic, which is how do we evaluate the credibility of recommendations given by celebrities? Um, what do you think about Jesse? You as
Well,
a guy of data,
mm,
what do you
well,
consider?
in my case, I prefer the person when this guy or this girl is like a low profile, because uh, when we talk about celebrity, for example, today like Primo Rico, I think the content about the topic what they talk is not deeply because they sell for uh, many peoples. The public is bigger, so I prefer low profile because I think in my opinion they talk more deeply about the topics. So when I want to buy a course or listening someone talking about specific topic, I search for specialist, but this specialist I prefer low profile, and I read, for example, a comment, but you you can read, and this can be wrong, or uh, in some cases I saw sometime the people they bought comments in social media, so this is terrible. But I tried something in my past, and one thing I understand today is if the guy or the girl is talking something like that, oh, you will earn money in a short time and you will be rich in like 3 months, or for example in my job or in my career, like data, you have a lot of persons today talking about, oh, you can be you can be a data analyst in 3 months and you don't need to know how programmer in Python or use Power BI, So this is crazy, man. This is not true. So for me, this work, I search low profile and I read the comments, and when the conversation is about achieve something in a short time, I don't believe.
All right,
Yes.
nice answer. What about you, Marilia?
As I don't I don't evaluate very good, because sometimes I believe that it can be lie, in my opinion. Uh, One example uh, that uh, Jesse speak, uh, when we see courses of English, you can you can learn English in the three month. I don't believe that I learn English in 3 months. I don't believe. I I am I am I am learning English about a year. Then I don't think anything anything about English. Then my uh, learning English is very difficult for me. I am I have I have very difficult for learning English. That for me is one barreira very bigger that I can't conseguir. Then I believe this is
Wonderful answers from both of you. Uh, English is a good example, and I like what you both said because I mix a little bit of both you said. For example, for me, this is a very red flag when someone promised me to learn something that I know that is difficult. Sometimes I've already tried to learn this thing in, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months, less than a year. Um, so this is a red flag for me. Promises that I know that are unrealistic. So
yes.
for sure, I know this is a lie. And the other thing that helps me to take this kind of decision, it's to two things actually. First, to search about this thing on YouTube. So I watch, I don't know, 5, 10 videos about this topic. For example, learn English on X school. I put this is school on YouTube and try to see some reviews from different people, understand if they are selling something to from behind or not, to compare these different kinds of incentives to promote things. And this is one thing. Other thing that I use also all the time is Reddit. Is a specific social media which I love, where basically almost everyone are anonymous people who has discuss about anything around the world. So I love this social media, my favorite one, because if I have some doubt about anything, there is a subreddit, like we use this term, a community who discuss about this topic, and you can put this question there or just search about this thing on Google, for example, is X school English school a good one, a good thing, and you put Reddit on the end of the sentence on Google, and you see only the results of this search using this site, this website, this social media. And what differs this social media from the other? Because when you set a bad comment, I think that all the community is going to disagree. You basically do a thumbs down, and the counter of the comments in terms of likes or dislikes started to become negative. So if you see a comment, I don't know, with -20, you know that this comment isn't reliable, and you discard, and you go to the next one. And the most upvoted, the most thumbs up on each comment are on top. So you can actually rank the best comments about this topic, and you started to learn about real users, about their experiences about anything. And I use this social media all the time. For me, it's the most reliable because this way how they rank things. It's not just positive comments. You can become a negative comment. If you say any shit that people disagree, they started to downvote you, and you became a negative person. You started to has difficult to continue to comment on this community. So it's an almost a natural law to separate bad and good commentators about any community. So these two things I use all the time to evaluate if something is good or not. A course, a book, uh, I don't know, I want to read a discussion about the end of a specific move. They are a topic that were created for some crazy around the world about any kind of move, and they are discussing about the end of this move. So it's crazy. And of course, the majority of the content of the social media is in English, but there are a lot of communities in Portuguese as well, which I recommend anyone who don't use it to start it to discover this social media because it's very good. And there are data science things about. I don't know if Jesse is a Reddit user. Yeah, also you already know. But that's it. These two things for me are very important to make decisions in general. Reddit and YouTube. The other
Mhm.
ones I don't trust because, for example, Twitter is a good network. It's a good social media, but the if they are a bubble who starts to like things, these things are on top became on top of the discussion, but it doesn't guarantee that comment is true, relevant, etc. So
Yes.
yeah,
True
that's it.
value. True value.
Sorry
Yes.
for the long answer.
No, no problem.
Okay. Everyone answered this question? Yeah. Just said Maria. Okay, so we can go on. Question number 6, Jesse. Could you read the answer for us, please?
Yes, how do you manage the influence of celebrity endorsements on your purchasing decisions? Okay, in my case, uh, I I look for results because, for example, when you have someone that sells something, for example, a course, and they don't have a promise about earn or achieve something in a short time, like Talk and Talk, for example. I started in Talk and Talk like 1 month ago, and I read something about Talk and Talk, and I searched for I'm looking for someone that achieve the results. For example, learned English in 12 months. Okay, and I find this type of person, that starting from zero, from scratch, and learn the enough for communicate with other people in English. And I think, oh, this is good because if other people achieve that, I can do that too because uh, I can to do the same thing the other people did, So I think the results is important, and in some cases, I think for me is important. For example, in some cases, the promise is good, like other platforms. You have, oh, you can learn code in 12 months. Okay, this promise is good, and you have a lot of people then achieve this goal. So, but you need to dedicate like 3 or 4 hours per day in this course or in this event. So I think for me is not good. So I'm looking for other thing that I can uh, schedule in my schedule. So for me, I
Are
think
flexible.
is that, yeah.
All right. And what about you, Maria?
In my pushing decisions, then change a little for me. Little. I don't go much for opinion of celebrities. I don't. I don't go in opinions of celebration because I believe that sometimes is very lie. It's very lie. Then I don't believe in very. I believe that um, é, pode pode ser, né? Às vezes, sometimes, é, é, more é, brand brand
Okay.
than é, one think I agree. Ah,
What you're trying to say that sometimes it's more promotion of a brand than the effectiveness of the thing. I don't know.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I was trying to understand too. uh, well, I like to see other things. For example, I don't know you, Marilia, but I like to consume some kind of content, on social media. I'm a person of YouTube. I'm a YouTube person, so I like
Mhm.
to see the new videos of specific people that I like to consume their content, and you start to build a confidence, trust relationship with this specific people. You don't have anything like this with, I don't know, any person on your area where you work, or things that you like to study, or to see people to talk about. For example, my case, I'm
Mm.
a IT guy, so I have some YouTubers that I like to see their videos because they give me insights all the time about the my work, how to improve the way that I do things, or just to have an easy time of distraction to things that I like to not just study but to be updated by. Do you have something like this? And in this case, don't you trust in this kind of people anyway?
Sometimes I believe in another people. Uh, uh, about ask me um about think with celebrations show another people. Example, I I I the most one product in my case is very good. It's very good for me. It's very good. This is very good for me. But don't don't uh, uh, don't pode ser is good for you. Then
Okay.
one we we are uh, uh, we are asking about a product. I don't believe it very, very, very. But when we are um, to speak about another people, your life, your daily life, I go see is very this is very uh, verdadeiro, né? This is verdadeiro. But sometimes I believe, I don't believe.
Okay. And you just say, are you a very suspicious person in the way that I talk it? the example that I gave, the people that you follow on any social media, and you start to build that confidence and this trust in this person, and they randomly start to talk about something you are very suspicious anyway.
Uh, I think less than Marilia because I like YouTube too, so I prefer daily vlogs, you know. So I I watched like the videos like that, a day of life as a software engineer in a Google or Spotify because is a not my goal, but I like this type of life, you know. You have a great job in a great company and you can follow your dreams, so in a good place to live. uh, and but I prefer, how can I say, before I prefer follow the people with less followers because I think the videos are more really realistic than the videos with the celebrity has millions of followers, you know. So
Yes.
Yeah,
I prefer choose the smallest channels in YouTube for follow.
more
Casey,
authenticity.
Casey,
Yeah,
Casey,
yeah,
Casey of true. Casey
yeah.
true.
Yeah, the authenticity. This is
Authenticity. Oh.
the big
People
thing.
authentics.
Yeah,
I
authentic
don't
people.
I don't believe in millionaires. The-
You don't trust in any millionaire person.
I don't like.
Yeah, Jesse already said before that he basically don't trust in Primo Rico, so this is a millionaire person
No,
that
no, no,
he
no,
don't.
no. I don't I don't say I don't say that, but I say I prefer when, for example, I started following Primo Rico in 2017, and his channel in YouTube is smaller than today. So I like it. I really enjoyed the content of this guy, but now I think, oh, eh, he need to make with the all of the people like them. So and he has like 5 or 6 million followers. So it's really difficult, and the content is now is not deeply, and he talks something is obviously for me, so I don't follow more. But when he started in his channel in YouTube, I really enjoyed the content, but now I don't like more.
Understand what you said because me as a former worker from the financial market, uh, I wasn't exactly a big fan of him. Uh, but in my case, it was because I needed something more technical and more specific, very specific things. So it doesn't make sense for me uh, to to spend money on his content. Uh, Actually, I didn't spend much time watching him, but I could see how bad his credibility went from from the beginning of his path and from today. So the credibility went down a lot. And in my case, I always preferred more technical people who talk about anything. For example, if I'm a big fan of movies, so I like to see a person who talks about movie a more technical way, how good or bad was that film, and convincing me uh, using argumentation, technical stuff. This brings much more credibility for me in terms of argumentation than more superficial thing. So this is the big thing for me. And it doesn't matter if it was a more famous or not person. I know people that could be more could be considered famous in terms of audience. I don't know, people who has almost 1 million of subscribers on YouTube, which is a very large number. And this person is reliable for me. I like his content. His talks a more technical way. So it doesn't matter for me how big or not this person is, but I agree with you in terms of it's more common to see smaller people to produce more quality content, because these people are still striving to get there. So when you
Yes.
get there, you become more comfortable zone, and you started to lower the bar. So
And
maybe this is the problem.
I think when you have a big channel in YouTube, for example, you worry about the quality of the video and the song. So
Yeah,
when you starting, you think about your quality of your content, you know. So
exactly.
and it's different. It's different because it's easier when you start, and because you think only about the content. And I think, oh, if I have 1,000 followers, is okay. It's okay for me, and I talk more deeply in this way, for example. But yeah, I agree with you.
YouTube channel, my YouTube channel will be a topic maybe on another immersion, because I want to be a YouTuber someday.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
have
have.
a channel in YouTube.
You have?
I have
What?
it. Yeah.
What
Nice.
channel?
Let me see. I exclude the most of videos, but
Come on.
was about let me let me send in chat. But was about financial market and startups, because I like
Nice.
these topics. Yeah, but I like quant trading. Use
Okay.
programming language for choose your stocks. You know, I'm search here and send here in the chat.
I'm going to check it out later. But yeah, maybe next immersion, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. And
Okay.
you, Marilia, last question for you. Do you someday, I don't know if you already does this, about producing content? Do you think about this idea?
Uh,
Uh, about
uh,
your area? I don't know. I want to start to write a blog or record
uh,
videos about this. I don't know.
about what I see in
About anything.
YouTube. I say I like see about politics, and I like of uh, of conhecimento, né? Think about this.
Nice.
I like read the very books. I read very books. Then I like very um, read books. Then I like of see about uh, in my area of job. Uh, I study I study about gestão de projetos. then I I have been study very, very much about this. Then I see various um, um, various YouTubes about this.
Nice. Okay, so unfortunately our time is gone and our time is over.
I thank you.
But
I thank you for this is conversation.
yeah,
Oh,
thank you guys. It
thank
was a
you,
nice conversation.
Clinton Jessé. Ah, Jessé, YouTube.
Yeah, I already subscribed on his channel.
No,
I'm just waiting for the next videos because
it's
1 year, man. Come on,
yes.
publish
I
something.
yes, I you need focus, and YouTube is not my focus now. So this is I think I have only two videos because I excluded all the videos. It's
I don't see, I don't like see, uh, I don't like see me in videos. I don't
Yeah,
like.
this is common. This is common, but you get used it. You get used. A lot of people say this. All right, guys. So
Thank
thank you
you.
for being
Bye
here.
thank you.
bye.
See you next week.
See
Bye
you.
Thank
bye.
you.